All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into warm-ups,
Okay.
but with a twist.
All right.
You know that familiar feeling of spending like 15 minutes on the treadmill
Yeah.
and you think you're all ready to go,
Right.
and then you get into your actual workout and you're like, oh, wait, I'm just...
Starting to warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get ready to ditch that routine because we are exploring
Right.
a totally different way to approach this
I like it.
that could completely revolutionize your workouts.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting how we often approach warm-ups as just like a box to check off
Right.
rather than a really crucial part of the training process.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
And we kind of focus on just getting our heart rate up.
Yeah.
But a truly effective warm-up should prepare your entire body,
Mm-hmm.
not just your cardiovascular system.
That's so true. I'm definitely guilty of just going through the motions there
Yeah,
without much thought.
for sure.
So tell me more about this revolutionary approach.
Yeah.
What are we diving into today?
So we're going to be exploring the CrossFit warm-up.
Okay.
And this is from an article by Greg Glassman, who's the founder of CrossFit.
Yeah.
And he argues that a good warm-up should incorporate stretching,
Okay.
engage major muscle groups,
Mhm.
and prepare you for the specific movements you'll be performing.
That makes a lot of sense. So instead of just getting warm, you're
Yeah.
actually prepping your body for the specific demands of your workout.
Exactly.
Can you break down like what makes this CrossFit warm-up
Sure.
so different?
Absolutely. So instead of isolated cardio,
Okay.
the CrossFit warm-up involves dynamic stretches and exercises that work your entire body.
Okay.
We're talking squats,
Yeah.
sit-ups, back extensions, pull-ups, dips,
Wow.
movements that really mimic the way you actually use your body
Yeah.
in everyday life
Right.
and athletic activities.
So it's about getting your heart rate up
Yeah.
and activating all those essential muscle groups
Yeah.
and movement patterns.
Yeah, totally.
It sounds so much more holistic. Yeah.
Than just jogging on a treadmill.
Exactly. And the benefits go beyond just warming up.
Okay.
This type of warm-up can improve your flexibility, strength, and stamina over time. So think of it as laying the groundwork for a stronger, more resilient body.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
He also mentions this concept of synaptic facilitation,
Yes.
which I found fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like training your brain to control your muscles more efficiently through repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you can elaborate on?
Absolutely. So synaptic facilitation, or greasing the groove, as it's sometimes called,
Okay.
really highlights the power of consistent practice.
Okay.
The more you repeat a movement, the stronger those neural pathways become,
Uh-huh.
making it easier and more efficient for your brain to signal those muscles.
Okay.
It's like carving a path through the woods.
Right.
The more you walk that path,
Yeah.
the clearer and more defined it becomes.
It reminds me of learning a new dance routine.
Uh-huh.
At first, it feels awkward and clunky.
But with practice, the movements become smoother and more automatic.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And it really emphasizes that this principle applies not just to physical movements, but to learning anything new.
Yeah.
The more you practice,
Right.
the more fluent and skilled you become.
Yeah.
And the beauty of incorporating these types of exercises into your warm-up is that you're training both your brain and your body simultaneously.
This is already a game changer for me.
Oh,
I'm
right.
starting to see how much I've been missing out on
Yeah.
with my old warm-up routine.
Yeah.
And speaking of specific exercises,
Okay.
Glassman highlights one in particular that caught my eye,
Okay.
the Samson stretch.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why it's so effective?
So the Samson stretch is a fantastic way to improve flexibility in your shoulders, hips, and back.
Okay.
It involves a series of controlled movements that gradually increase your range of motion.
And he breaks down the steps so clearly in the article,
Yeah.
it almost makes you want to jump up and try it right now.
Right?
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's delve deeper into why this warm-up is so beneficial
Okay.
for different fitness levels.
Right?
It sounds like it could be valuable whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting out.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The beauty of the CrossFit warm-up is its adaptability.
Yeah.
It can be scaled to fit anyone's fitness level.
Okay.
So beginners can modify the exercises, while more experienced athletes can increase the intensity
Right.
or add more challenging variations.
So it's not about pushing yourself to the limit right away.
No.
It's about building a solid foundation.
Exactly.
And gradually increasing your capacity over time, kind of like that concept of incrementalism
Yes.
that Glassman talks about.
Precisely. And by focusing on functional movements, you're essentially training your body to move better in everyday life.
Right.
These movements mimic the patterns we use naturally.
Yeah.
Like squatting to pick something up. Or pushing a heavy door open.
It's like you're giving your body a cheat sheet for how to move efficiently.
Yes.
And avoid injuries.
Exactly. And as you practice these movements regularly, you naturally build strength, flexibility, and stamina.
That's amazing.
Exactly. It's a gradual process.
Okay.
But over time, you'll notice a significant difference in how your body feels and performs.
That's great.
And let's not forget the mental aspect.
Okay.
There's something empowering
Yeah.
about mastering these movements
Totally.
and feeling your body get stronger.
I can see how that could boost your confidence and motivation to keep pushing forward. But, you know, while the CrossFit warm-up sounds amazing, I'm also wondering if there are any downsides, potential risks, especially for beginners. Is it suitable for everyone?
That's a great question. As with any exercise program, it's crucial to listen to your body and start gradually. If you have any pre-existing injuries or health conditions, it's always wise to consult with a healthcare professional before starting a new workout routine.
Right.
And remember, proper form is essential to avoid injuries.
So starting slowly focusing on technique and listening to your body are key.
Exactly.
It makes sense that you wouldn't want to jump into the most advanced variations right away.
The warm-up itself shouldn't be a grueling workout. It's about preparing your body and mind for the main event.
It's like a dress rehearsal. For your workout, you're going through the motions, warming up the muscles.
Exactly.
And getting your nervous system fired up.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about activating those muscle memory patterns and ensuring your body is properly prepared for the challenges ahead. This can translate to improved performance, reduced risk of injury, and a more efficient and enjoyable workout overall.
I'm really seeing how this CrossFit warm-up could be a transformative approach. To fitness, it's not just about warming up. It's about building a foundation of strength, flexibility, and neurological efficiency that carries over into all aspects of your life.
You got it. And it's a journey of continuous improvement.
Wow.
As you get stronger and more skilled, you can gradually increase the intensity and complexity of your warm-up, pushing yourself to new levels of performance.
This is giving me a whole new perspective on warming up. It's not just a box to check off, but an opportunity to prime your body and mind for peak performance. Speaking of which, we were talking about the Samson stretch earlier. Can we circle back to that?
Sure.
And explore how it fits into this whole warm-up philosophy?
Yes. Let's revisit that Samson stretch.
Okay.
You mentioned it's a fantastic way to improve flexibility in the shoulders, hips, and back. What I found really intriguing was how Glassman describes it as a way to
stretch the body in a way that facilitates proper squat mechanics.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
The Samson stretch isn't just about increasing flexibility for its own sake. It's about targeting specific areas that are crucial for performing squats safely and effectively.
So it's like prepping your body for one of the most fundamental functional movements.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense, especially considering how often we squat in everyday life.
Right. And what's great about the Samson stretch is that it addresses multiple areas at once. So it opens up the hips, it lengthens the hamstrings, and it improves mobility in the thoracic spine. All of which contribute to a better squat.
It sounds like a multitasking marvel of a stretch.
It is. It is.
But I'm also curious about like the broader context of exercises in this warm-up. Earlier, we talked about functional movements. And I remember Glassman being a big advocate for calisthenics. How do those fit into the picture?
So calisthenics are a fantastic way to build functional strength and coordination. Using your own body weight as resistance. The push-ups, pull-ups, squats, sit-ups. All movements that engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously.
I can see how those would be a natural fit for a warm-up that prioritizes preparing your body for real-life movements.
Exactly. And they're incredibly versatile. You can adjust the intensity and complexity based on your fitness level, for example, if you're new to pull-ups. You could start with assisted variations. Or even just hanging from the bar to build grip strength.
It's that concept of incrementalism again. Meeting yourself where you are and gradually increasing the challenge as you get stronger. I love that this warm-up can be so customized and adaptable.
Absolutely. And Glassman emphasizes that your warm-up should include enough repetitions to challenge you without exhausting you.
Right.
It should feel like a solid effort, but not a full-blown workout.
Finding that sweet spot where you're pushing yourself but still feeling energized and ready for the main workout.
Precisely. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to perform more repetitions of these exercises without feeling as taxed.
So the warm-up itself becomes a measure of your progress.
It does.
I like that it's like built-in feedback for how you're improving.
Right. It highlights the importance of consistency.
Okay.
The more you incorporate these movements into your routine, the more progress you'll see in both your warm-up and your overall fitness.
This whole deep dive has really shifted my thinking about warming up.
Good. I'm glad.
It's not just a chore to get through.
No.
It's an opportunity to prepare your body and mind for peak performance.
And it can be incredibly empowering as you master these movements. And feel your body getting stronger and more resilient.
Yeah.
It boosts your confidence and motivates you to keep pushing forward.
It's like building a solid foundation for success. Physically and mentally, I feel inspired to ditch the treadmill and start incorporating some of these principles into my own routine.
I encourage you to do so. Experiment and find what works best for you.
Okay.
Remember, it's all about listening to your body.
Right.
Challenging yourself gradually. And enjoying the process.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of the purpose and potential of a truly effective warm-up.
It's been a pleasure discussing this with you and for our listeners out there.
Yes.
Remember, a better warm-up could be the key to a better workout and a fitter you.
That's a great takeaway. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.